Dear students, welcome to the lecture on inorganic qualitative analysis. So far we have discussed about intergroup separation and the analysis of group 1 and group 2 cations. In this lecture, we will discuss about the analysis of group 3 cations. In intergroup separation, the solution containing unknown metal cations is first treated with dilute HCl. Group 1 cations are precipitated as its chlorides. The precipitate is removed by filtration or centrifugation and the remaining solution is treated with H2S. Dilute HCl plus H2S is group 2 reagent, and if group 2 cations are present, that will precipitate as their sulfides. The precipitate is removed and to the solution, the solution containing the remaining metal cations is treated with ammonium chloride and ammonium hydroxide. Before that, H2S should be boiled off and excess amount of ammonium chloride should be added, followed by ammonium hydroxide. If group 3 cations are present, those will precipitate as their hydroxides. The precipitate is removed by filtration or centrifugation, and the solution containing remaining metal cations is treated with group 4 reagent and the intergroup separation is continued. Group 3 cations include iron, manganese and aluminium. Now let us see the analysis of group 3 residue. The group 3 residue is mixed with sodium hydroxide and hydrogen peroxide solutions, boiled gently until the evolution of oxygen ceases and then centrifuged. If we observe a brown residue, that is the indication of the presence of iron or manganese. And if there is no residue, it shows the absence of iron or manganese, and the group 3 residue obtained can be that of aluminium. So the residue is removed by filtration or centrifugation, and thus the residue and centrifugate are separated. First we will see the reactions using the residue, that is the test for iron and manganese. The residue is dissolved in hot dilute HCl and this solution is divided into 3 portions. So we have 3 portions of the residue dissolved in dilute HCl, and we will conduct 2 tests for iron and 1 test for manganese. So the first test is 1 portion of the hot solution is treated with potassium ferrocyanide solution. If a deep blue precipitate is obtained, it is an indication of the presence of iron. And the precipitate obtained is Prussian blue, which is ferric ferrocyanide. The second portion is treated with ammonium thiocyanate solution. And if iron is present, a blood red coloration can be observed. The blood red coloration is due to the formation of ferric thiocyanate. Next is the test for manganese. So we have done 2 tests with the 2 different portions, and to the third portion of the solution is boiled with concentrated nitric acid and lead dioxide. It is then diluted with water and allowed to stand for some time. If manganese is present, the supernatant liquid turns pink color due to the formation of permanganic acid. This is the confirmatory test for manganese, Mn2 plus cation. And if iron is present, we have to find out the oxidation state of iron, that is whether iron is in +2 oxidation state or +3 oxidation state in the original mixture. Plus 2 means ferrous iron and plus 3 oxidation state means ferric iron. The tests for ferrous iron and ferric iron are done only if iron is present in the given cationic mixture. The first test is to a little of the original solution. Here we will take the original mixture, not the group 3 residue. We will take original mixture. To a little of the original solution, a little of potassium ferricyanide solution is added. If a deep blue precipitate is obtained, it indicates the presence of iron in plus 2 oxidation state, that is ferrous iron. And the blue color is due to the formation of ferrous ferricyanide. The second test is to the little of a original solution, dilute sulfuric acid is first added and then dilute KMnO4 solution is added in drops. And if iron is in plus 2 oxidation state, the color of KMnO4 disappears. This is because Fe2 plus reduces KMnO4 to colorless products. These are the two tests for ferrous iron, Fe2 plus iron in plus 2 oxidation state. Next comes the test for ferric iron. To a little of the original solution, a little of potassium ferrocyanide solution is added. A deep blue precipitate is obtained due to the formation of ferric ferrocyanide or Prussian blue, which indicates the presence of iron in plus 3 oxidation state. And the second test for ferric iron is to a little of the original solution, ammonium thiocyanate solution is added. A blood red coloration is observed due to the formation of ferric thiocyanate if iron is present in plus 3 oxidation state. And thus, by doing these tests, we can confirm whether iron is in plus 2 oxidation state or plus 3 oxidation state. The centrifugate obtained after treating group 3 residue with NaOH and hydrogen peroxide solutions is boiled with solid ammonium chloride. If a white gelatinous precipitate is observed, it indicates the presence of aluminium, Al3+, and the precipitate obtained is aluminium hydroxide. This precipitate is collected and boiled with concentrated nitric acid and a few drops of cobalt nitrate solution. A filter paper is moistened with this solution and then burned to ashes. This is ash test. If a blue tinted ash is obtained, it confirms the presence of aluminium, Al3+ cation. And the blue tinted ash is due to the formation of double oxide of aluminium and cobalt, Al2O3 COO. This is the analysis of group 3 residue. Group 3 cations include iron, manganese and aluminium. Iron can be in plus 2 or plus 3 oxidation state. Manganese is in plus 2 oxidation state Mn2+, and aluminium in plus 3 oxidation state Al3+ cation. Thank you.